Hello and welcome. It's Bruce Health back again with another video. Let's address the slightly less than an elephant in the room. You're here because you're curious about increasing penile length at home. We live in a society obsessed with size, even though they say it's not the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean that matters. Now, before we dive in, it's crucial to establish some realistic expectations. This isn't a magic show where I snap my fingers and suddenly, boom, you need a wide load permit to leave the house. This video will explore some free methods that might help you improve the length and address the psychological side of things because, let's face it, sometimes our biggest insecurities are all in our heads, or in this case, slightly south. Let's start with the basics. Measuring penile length. Now, you might think this is as simple as grabbing a ruler, but there's a surprising amount of nuance to it. First of all, are we talking about an erect penis or a stretched one? Because those are two very different beasts. The standard method is to measure from the pubic bone, yes, there's an indentation there, all the way to the tip. Factors like temperature, think a frigid swimming pool versus a steamy shower, can temporarily impact length. The point is, fellas, there are variables. Now, before we go any further, we need to have a serious chat about body dysmorphic disorder. This is a real and often overlooked mental health condition where people fixate on perceived flaws in their appearance, sometimes to a debilitating degree. And yes, this includes anxieties about penis size. If you find yourself constantly obsessing over your measurements, comparing yourself to others, or avoiding intimacy because of it, please, hear me. That's not healthy. It's like staring at a tiny scratch on your car while ignoring the beautiful scenery whizzing by. You deserve to enjoy the ride, my friend. Often, addressing the mental health aspect is far more important and effective than any physical change. So if this resonates with you, please reach out to a mental health professional. Alright, let's talk about some free and practical ways to improve how you perceive your package. And no, I'm not about to suggest you dim the lights and invest in a smoke machine. First up, weight loss. Excess fat in the pubic area can create the illusion of a smaller penis. By adopting a healthier lifestyle, eating right, exercising, maybe swapping out those late-night cheesy chips for some carrot sticks, you can reduce that fog and let your, shall we say, mountain peak shine through. Another simple trick: grooming. Now, I'm not saying you need to go full-on topiary down there and sculpt your pubic hair into the Eiffel Tower, but a little trim can go a long way in making things appear larger. And finally, let's talk about stress. Because stress, my friends, is the ultimate boner killer, literally. When you're stressed, your body goes into fight or flight mode, which is great if you're being chased by a tiger. Not so great if you're trying to, well, So find ways to relax: exercise, meditation, therapy, interpretive dance, whatever floats your boat. Now, let's talk about what doesn't work, and that is, unfortunately, the vast majority of what you see online. If you encounter a website peddling pills, potions, or lotions that promise to add inches overnight, run. These are scams designed to prey on your insecurities and lighten your wallet. Some supplements might claim to enhance sexual performance, and that's a whole other video, but none of them can magically elongate your member. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Stick to reputable sources of information, and always consult with a medical professional before trying any new supplements or treatments. Let's be honest, folks. Fixating solely on penile length is like focusing on a single pixel in a vast and beautiful tapestry. True confidence, true satisfaction, comes from a more holistic approach to well-being. It's about taking care of your physical health, yes, but also your mental health, your emotional well-being, and your relationships. It's about feeling comfortable and confident in your own skin, regardless of whether you're packing a garden hose or a fire hose. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the size of the wave, it's about learning to surf. So, go ahead, embrace the magnificent tapestry that is you. Seeking advice. Now, while this video has hopefully provided some helpful tips and a healthy dose of humor, it's important to remember that most men come across this situation at some time of their lives. So, if you have persistent concerns about your sexual health, whether it's related to erectile function, body image, or anything else, please reach out to a qualified healthcare provider. They can offer personalized advice, address any underlying medical conditions, and help you navigate the often confusing world of men's health. Because your health and well-being are worth it. Remember, there's no shame in seeking help. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Quick recap. Well, there you have it, folks. The naked truth about penile length, exposed and dissected with as much humor and honesty as I could muster. Remember, true confidence comes from within, and there's a lot more to a fulfilling life than what's going on in your pants. If you found this video even remotely helpful or amusing, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And while you're at it, why not subscribe for more myth-busting, side-splitting, and hopefully informative videos? Until next time, take care of yourselves, and we hope to see you again in the next video.